in this instance, I'm trained as a biochemist, and if we have had a word like alchemist before, it has involvement in many practices too for longevity and wellness. So bio means life. So now we are making the chemistry of life. So now as a bioenergetician, because all basis of life revolves around energy. And we say emotions are energy in motion. So if you change your position, sometimes you can change how you feel. And when your energy is in motion, it can help you to achieve a lot of things. When you eat, you transform your food to provide some energies that help us to blink our eyes, to breathe, to listen, to walk. And one of the basic principles of thermodynamics, how it moves. The first one says that energy cannot be created and cannot be destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to another. So we are transforming the energy from our food to energy that we use by ourselves, for wellness, for repair, and for all the things we do. So that's the basics. And the Tai Chi actually came from China, and the Harvard University describes it as medication in motion. Actually, it is meditation in motion, unlike yoga, where you may have to sit still when you meditate or you change postures. But for Tai Chi, we call it in motion, meditation in motion. So your mind is free from thoughts or wandering thoughts. You gather your mind to focus and to be in the present. When you first start, it may be difficult, but with time, it's going to be something that you can do by yourself. So quickly, the one I'm doing, I practiced, I learned it in India, is the authentic Yang style, and it's very popular. We have other types like Chen and Sun and other stuff like that. So when you incorporate Tai Chi into your lifestyle, it gives you a lot of benefit as per health. You can take time to read all these things later on so that we don't waste time. Let's skip to the next slide. Tai Chi takes care of a lot of body diseases, lowers, it enhances good breathing, it lowers blood pressure, it helps us to have very firm standing. In the elderly people, it lowers the rate of falling or the fear of falling. I'm an advocate for the World Tai Chi and Qigong Day, but since I relocated to Argentina, I've been here for more than 2 years. I've not been able to observe the annual Tai Chi and Qigong Day that we celebrate on the last Saturday of every April. This was the one we did in 2014. So the benefits of regular practice will improve balance and posture, our range of motion, flexibility, and strength, and all other things like that. Let's move to the next slide. Let's have the next slide, please. The movements are gentle. They are not forceful. The hard forms of martial arts is like taekwondo, karate, and all of those. But this is a soft form because it focuses on building core energy from inside, so we can be able to apply in daily life. And now the requirement is just something you do with your body. You don't need special equipments usually. Although there is sword Tai Chi that you may have to buy a particular toy sword to guide you. There is fan Tai Chi, but usually the basic form of Tai Chi is something you do, just your limbs, your torso, everything with your body. And you have to have on loose fitting sportswear, something free. So you don't have to wear all the tight things you do as people that jog or that do all these gym exercises. So that's another difference. So now let's go to the next slide. I think that will be about the 3 to the last. There are 8 slides here. So quickly, I put this picture to show us that Tai Chi is useful for all ages from age, we usually say from age 2 to age 102. And it helps us to regulate the aging process. Most of the people that practice Tai Chi, they don't look their age. So it's something that is good for longevity. And the next slide now talks about what I mentioned during the interview. I was able to appear the last time. I mentioned homeodynamic space. Homeodynamic space is something we refer to as a very large circle that surrounds every human being. At birth, it is very big and bright and colorful. And as we grow, subjected to different factors, pollution, the food we eat, environment surrounding us, and all those stuff, it may shrink. And when it shrinks and the colors are not so, it points to presence of diseases or not total wholeness. So there are certain things we do, the food we eat, and other things that can encourage us to improve our health, to regain the homeodynamic space. In the Eastern teaching, they mention it like aura, the aura that surrounds our body, our head. Sometimes when you're in a room and someone is approaching you or someone is looking at you, you may feel it. It's because that person has entered your aura space. That is when you see. And when you turn around, sometimes your eyes meet. It's like that. Some people, their presence precedes them a far distance before they enter a room. You can feel that someone is approaching. All right, now I'm on the laptop, so I'm going to sign off from my phone, and then I'll be able to show us the forms and the practices, so we can practice and warm up together. So I'm going to log out from phone. Okay, so if we have our mat, we can use our mat. If not, no problem. We use the floor. It's not a requirement. The mat is not a requirement, as it were. So the last thing, please don't disturb me. Go to your room. So the slide on the screen right now is talking about the survival of all biological systems. There are many pathways that can make this homodynamic space become bigger or smaller, depending on presence or absence of diseases and all. Now we'll do a few warm-ups. I don't know if you see me properly. Do you see me properly? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go to the next slide of the 13 warm-ups. All right. So what we do at the beginning of the warm-up is, we have the first one, it says, long life man, relaxing shoulders. So let us keep a standing pose. If you can stand, you can stand on your feet. Otherwise, you can sit down. So you can stand or you can sit down. So what we want to do, I come close to the screen, we want to roll the shoulders, okay? We begin from going to the back. Try as much as possible to make the shoulders rotate in the socket. You may not have to shift your body, just up and down. So by the time this is completing its rotation, this one is beginning. And as this one is completing, this one is beginning. I hope we all get what I'm trying to do. So usually we go by numbers. We use numbers like 4, 8, or 16 just to keep us consistent. So now, since you have gotten it, the other way will be coming forward
coming forward, coming forward. When one is completing, the other one is beginning. It's like we are forming a synchronization. So now when I stand, my hands are to my side, as if we are at attention. Our feet are together, pointing forward, close together. And then we begin like forward, and then forward, forward, forward. That's 2. Forward, and then forward. That's 3. Forward, and then forward. That's 4. Forward, and then forward. That's 5. Forward, and then forward. That's 6. Forward, and then forward. That's 7. Forward, and then forward. That's 8. The last one, you begin to go backward. So backward, that's 1. Backward, and then backward, that's 2. Backward, and then backward, that's 3. Backward, and then backward, that's 4. Backward, then backward, that's 5. Backward, backward, that's 6. Backward, and then backward, that's 7. Backward, and then backward, that's 8. So we stop. You may pay attention to how you breathe, but don't force your breathing. Naturally, the breathing will synchronize on its own. But you may notice that when you are doing one, you are breathing in, and when you are doing the other, you are breathing out. So what we want to do now is what we call the wise tortoise look into the heavens. And how do we do that? Still standing, we lift our shoulders, and then sink our neck. We don't hunch the back, not hunching the back, straight. Just lift the shoulders and sink the neck and look up. So we now lift on our toes. We raise the heels, Amanoga. We raise the heels, lifting on the toes, not too high. Just lift a little bit, as much as you can. And make sure you keep your balance. Okay? Make sure you keep your balance. So shoulders up, neck sunken, looking up, lift on your toes, raise the heels. And while you are doing that, breathe in and stay up there as long as you can. Okay, let's go. Up. And slowly come down as you breathe out. Relax. Second time, up. Slowly breathe out and come down. Relax. 2 more times. Up. Breathe out and come back slowly. Relax. 1 more time. Up. Breathe out, come down, relax. That's 4 times. Now, the next one we want to do is like shaking the hands, and then you are up and down with it. Your feet are rooted on the floor, but you are just, make sure you loosen up your shoulders and the fist and the arms, and then start from to the other side, from side to side, to the other side, that's 2, from side to side, to the other side, that's 3, from side to side, to the call it shoulder width, apart a little bit, not too wide and not too close, just apart, like the length of our shoulder. So when we have that, make sure it faces forward, not a V. facing forward, okay? So what do we do? When we have that, your body is straight, then you sit like a chair. Don't lean forward and don't lean backward. Leaning backward is not very easy actually, but don't lean forward. So try, your legs are shoulder width apart, just sit as much as you can, okay? For just a little bit, just sit comfortably. So when you now sit, what do you want to do? Keep your hands before you, free. Now, when we go this way, our palm is open. It will tap here. Then this other hand goes to the back as a fist. Then we use the back of the fist to tap here. So the front taps here. The one that goes to the back taps here. Try to achieve that at the same time. The tapping at the same time. So that when we go on the horse stance, seated, our hands move freely. We tap, we come to the other side, and change the hands. The fist that tapped with the back of the fist on this side, and this one with open palm here, by the time this goes to the back, it is a fist that we tap on the other side of the back, while this other hand taps open palm. At the back is the position for the spleen, and at the front is the position for the pancreas on one side and kidney on the other side. So tapping those points generates energy to tone up these organs, and that is what we want to do. So we sit as if we're on a horse, the chair stands, feet shoulder width apart, and then we let our hands swing freely, and then we go. 1, 2, tap at the same time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then keep your hands in front and stand up straight. Are we together, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. The next one we will do,
Yes, we are together.
still standing, relaxed, let the shoulder relax. Our hands are like this. Then we go down, we lift the hands to be like this, but up. And then let me just describe it. We begin like this. I go down, my hands go up. By the time it's up, I stand up. But when it is up, it is facing the sky. Maybe your fingers touch. Okay? Then I am standing straight again. On its way down, I go down, and then I stand up, crossed in front of me. So I go down again, and then it goes up, and then it comes down, I go down, then I stand with it. I go up, and down, up, and then down. If we got it, then we can do 8 of that. I hope we can do together now. Okay, so we begin like this, down, spread the arms, stand up as soon as your hand face up and touch each other above your head. It's like you are holding the heavens above your head. Then again, down, the hand starts coming down, and when they come together in front of your chest, you are standing upright. So you go down again, let the hands move freely, stand up as soon as your hand touch above your head, facing the sky, and then bring the hand down, go low, and then stand up as you cross your hands. 2, go. Touches above your head, facing up, and then 3. If you pay attention to your breathing, probably you are breathing in when you are going down, and you are breathing out when you're standing up, or the other way around. Don't force it to conform to any particular thing, but make sure you breathe freely. So I think this is number 6. And then 7. And the last one, 8. Keep your hands in front of you and keep it low, gently. You can rest on your thighs. Okay, maybe we catch our breath. I quickly explain a few things. It's good when we practice to keep the tip of our tongue. I forgot to say that at the beginning. To keep the tip of our tongue to touch slightly our palate, the roof of our mouth, just behind the upper teeth. Don't push it, don't press it too well, too much. Just keep it there lightly touching. It's like switching on the circuit. Because there is a connection that is explained with the way the saliva is generated and with the body functioning. When you keep the tip of your tongue behind that, you switch on your energy functions. So when we are practicing this, it's good to keep it like that. And that kind of, the saliva that comes during this movement is considered like special. It carries the energy, and you swallow it, the energy goes within your body. So that being said, we go for the next one. It's like throwing flowers. The fairy lady scatter flowers. Okay, roses. The fairy lady scatter roses. It's like what we used to do while we were very young. Still standing, the feet apart, shoulder width. We keep our hands free. So what we do is, this time when we go down, it's like that. And then we go this way. And when we stand up, we form L. This, and then this other hand points to the back. Okay, let me do it this way. I begin this way, I go down, and when I'm standing, I'm like this. So it forms L. This one and this one. So if you look backward, one hand is pointing to the back, both palms facing up. Then when I come down again, the palms are facing down, both to my side. The next going down and coming up, we turn to the other side, forming L on the other side. I hope you got it. So this is what we do. We count 4 or we count 8. So can we begin? Our hands, palms facing down, spread to the side. So we go down. By the time we are climbing up, we form the L, palms facing up. By the time we go down again, we come back to the center, spread on both sides, palms facing down. We go down again, we form the other L, palms facing up. Okay? So we come down, palms facing down to the sides, and then making 2. We come back to the center, palms facing down. We form our L, palms facing up, making 3. We come back to the center, palms facing down. We turn to the other side, palms facing up, forming our L, making 4. So it's like a dance. It's like you're dancing. Make it flow. Pay attention to your breathing. You can make it like a dance. Usually we perform Tai Chi with some slow music of whatever type you like. But because I want you to be able to listen to me, I'm not playing any music. So that's what we do. We can do 4, 8, or 16. Then we come back to the center and bring down our hands. Bring it to the forward, drop the hands, and we rest.
I have a quick question, please.
Yes, sir.
When doing this movement, do our feet have to be flat on the ground?
Yes, flat on the ground. We pay attention to being rooted.
Okay.
Being rooted.
Okay.
The earth is our support. So we keep our feet flat and rooted. If I want us to lift it, I will tell us to lift the heels up or lift the toes up. But for now, for most of the things we are doing, our feet are rooted. Then there is one aspect we say that you imagine that you are a tree that is planted, and then your roots go deep into the ground as far as you can imagine. This gives you a confidence that you are rooted and unshakable. So let your feet be placed flat on the ground. Thank you for that question. All right, can we go on to the next one? For the next one, I want us to pay attention. We remember while in school that we try to do something like static electricity by taking our biro, eleganza or biro or whichever one, or big. Then we rub it on our hair and we put it near maybe a sweet wrapper or a piece of paper. And what happens? It magnetizes. Actually, our body has this natural electromagnetic force. Now is EMF, electromagnetic field around us. And that is why we can feel some magnetism. And since we are a biological organism, we have what we call bioelectricity. So I want us to keep our palms together and rub it. You feel it generates some warmth or heat. Then this heat, you can put it on your face, on your neck, on your forehead. It sends some kind of charges to relax our muscles, facial muscles, or any part of your body that has pain, because we generated this bioelectricity. Now, that's the way I am going. Where I'm going is, when you keep these palms in front of you, not too close to your body, don't keep your arm and armpit too close. Leave a little space, like a fist size, like a little space. Keep your shoulders relaxed, but try to see as if you have a ball in between your palms. Start charging up your palms like this, or rubbing. Keep it in front of you. Try to pay attention, maybe on your breathing. Those are the biological clocks that we have. Our heartbeats, our breath, or other things, just to give us a kind of synchronization or timing, natural timing. Then for some of us, right away, we can feel something in between our palms, like a magnetism, like repulsion or attraction. Try to change the size of that imaginary ball, as if you are carrying the earth as a globe. Try to change the form, play around it. You may feel that there is an existence of a force in between your palms. Don't worry if you don't feel it right now, or at your own leisure time, just practice it. Maybe there slightly, maybe there so strongly. What I want us to pay attention to this, because while we are practicing with time, you may be able to feel it at any little instance. Like when we are stringing our hands, while we are taking the hand up here and coming in front of us, while we want to stop the activity we are doing, and we are bringing our hands in front of us for resting, like when we finish, and then the hands are like this. It's like this ball they use for exercise, usually by women, this gym ball, as if it is bouncing before you. So the hands are here. It's like this is a ball, a big ball in front of you touching the floor. So the hands are resting, and then you bring it down. So when you do this exercise, you may begin to feel this bioenergy that surrounds us. This is necessary. It can be activated to ease some muscle pull, to ease some strain. And if you are a massager, for example, you have a massage parlor, that may be very useful for you. And that's an aspect of Qigong, an aspect of Reiki. We call it hands laying, healing by hands laying. You may not have to put the hand directly on the surface of the body, just a little space, a few centimeters from the skin. Then it's natural, it's biological. It can connect and guide to heal cells that are inflamed or that have some strain there. Mobilizing cytokines to heal.
Doc, one second, please. I want you to repeat that part.
Okay.
that lane I find.
Okay, it's the English general literary the way we refer to it is ants laying.
Okay.
Ants laying.
Right.
It activating body's immune responses to some energy bioelectricity guided manipulations. There is one of my mentors who works in the area of cellular wound healing using low voltage. He did a research on diabetes and normal people, and there is wound, maybe like, for example, diabetes foot.
Right.
Actually, what they see is that at the site of wound, I will give an example that will make us remember, that will give credence to what I'm trying to say. At the wound site, the body's electricity, bioelectricity, mobilizes the cells that will heal, the platelets and all, to that site,
right,
so that wound can be rapid. That's why people say that the site of wound is like it's itchy. And they will tell you that it's because that wound is healing up.
Right.
Remember when I was in the primary school, I have friends who we taught one another certain things. A teacher is teaching us in the class, and we use our finger to begin to circle around our wound. Maybe at the Sherepa, we have played rough during the afternoon, and we have a wound that is healing. We keep circling around it. And because of the characteristics of living thing called irritability, sensibility, right, we feel as if there is a little bit of electricity generated around that site. Right. Okay, and I've mentioned it before during the first interview I have for COVID. I talked about something we call hormesis. Hormetins are things that in themselves, they are not medicine, but when they are introduced to the body, it's like a challenge. They are not huge, they are mild, and the body responds to them, right, secreting certain things that will benefit the body. And under these hormetins, we have physical, we have biological, we have chemical. Right. So we have things like heat response, cold response, where you use warm water or not too cold water. We have like mild exercises like what we are doing. Some of us may be sweating, but we find out that what have we really done? We have not really done much, but we are sweating because it is mild. And because it is not too heavy on the body is easy, we enjoy adjusting to it because it is light and it's easy. Okay, so let's just keep all these things in mind. Right. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So in this next one, what we want to do, we call it something bow stance. It's like a bow. From here, that's shoulder width. We take this leg back so that this one forms and this one comes straight and it forms a bend at our knee. Meanwhile, this other one is not directly behind this one, otherwise we lose balance. It's here and then here, goes outward and is straightened. Okay? Let me show you the side view. So that the side view is like this. This is a bend. I was like this. Then I told us of once like sitting like a chair, as if we were on a horse, and then taking one of the legs backward. So that when you come back to stand, you retain that space between your feet. Backward, not directly behind this one, otherwise we fall. So a little bit stretched out. So that's what we want to do for both legs. So when we have that our root, and then we keep our hands at the front, palms facing down. Then we want to do as if we are swimming. I hope you got it. As if you are swimming, breaststroke. But now that's the movement of the hand. What do we do with our legs? I begin like this. So my hands are in front of me. By the time I begin to swim, I change the weight from here, 70, 30. Now I go back and form this. This is now straight. This is bent. But we try as much as possible that this knee does not overshoot the tip of our feet, of our foot, so that we don't cause injury. Just at most, same level. Maybe a little bit inward, but not overshooting. I hope we got it. That being said, so let's swim. So we stand, our hands are like that. Anytime your palms are facing downwards, with time, you begin to have a sense that this bioelectricity I mentioned, there's a connection between your palm and the floor, the earth, okay? And your legs are there, you are rooted, no shaking, okay? So when we now swim, we what? We sit back. I'm not the one moving my body. It is because I'm shifting the weight, sitting back, that my body is going backward with it. And when I go back, shift the weight forward, my body comes forward. So if we got that, let's go. Swim back. 1, 2. When you are pushing, most likely you are breathing out at that time. Because the martial art aspect is when you breathe out and you push, and you move into with it, then you can really push. But if you are not moving, just push like this. It may not really have effect. And not breathing out with the push, no effect. So we sit back, we breathe out. We breathe in, we breathe out. In, breathe out. In, out. It's like you are gathering good thoughts, health to yourself, and you breathe it in towards you. And then any toxic thing from your body, you imagine it, you breathe it out outside. In, out. So now we want to change it in the reverse. Palms facing up. So we now come. This time, palms facing down. You know, when we started, it was, but now it is. I hope you got it. The first one was the kind of swimming that can take us forward. Now, the kind of swimming that can make us go backward. Huh? Okay, so we began with this. Breathe out. Breathe 4. In, out. We breathe in, we breathe out. Breathe in, we breathe out. Now we do the reverse, palms facing up. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. Number 4. In, out. How do we change our legs? We take that leg back to the front, keeping the gap between the legs, and we take our other leg to the back. Now we have changed legs. Are we there? So we do the same thing. Swim, breathe out, push. Swim, breathe out, push. Swim, breathe out, push. Number 4. The reverse. In, breathe out. Out. Sit back, transfer the weight. Sit back, and then come back. Let's do one more. Okay. So let's change our legs again. And then this time, put your left hand to your waist and your right hand down, but facing forward, palm facing forward. Okay? Palm facing forward. Now what we do is take it up let your eyes follow it as it's going up. Then it turns when it gets up around your head and it's coming facing forward again. Let me show you what happens up. It goes, palm facing up. When it got here, it's turned facing down, so that when it's here, it's facing forward again. I hope we got it. So now let's do 1, 2. Just pay attention to your breath. Don't force it. 3, and 4. We change our leg again so that we can do for the other side. So this hand goes to my waist, and this one is free. Palm facing forward. 1. If you have any shoulder injury, don't force it beyond the allowance it can go. Okay? And if rolling your hands to the back can make your shoulder to pop out, then do your own to the front. If doing it to the front can make it to pop out, then do your own to the back. Just pay attention. You know your body, okay? Don't let us form pro. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me show you quickly one thing. We want to relax our knees. We have been working with this knee since morning. So now let's put the two legs together, and then we go fold this knee, and let's massage it. You want to rub your hands together to generate some bioelectric heat to aid in the massage. Okay? So we can go, roll it, 1, 2, 3, 4. The other way, 1, 2, 3, 4. Straight. Let's go. Can you touch your toes? Not all of us can do that, but don't worry. As far as it can go, don't worry. If you can, touch the toes, make a fist, touch the toes. It will pull your calf muscles. Okay? Fold like this, touch the toes. Fold like this, touch the toes. If you can, hold the toes and sit as far as you can. If necessary, open up so that you can sit. If you can keep your back straight without raising your heels, do it. If not, raise the heels and sit. Then slowly, let's stand up. Okay, slowly. 2 more before we go. 2 more. All right. The next we want to do is want to massage the back. You have been using the back also since morning. So let's massage this back. The lower back, as low as you can. Massage it.
Like an adult.
Massage the back. Now, keep your feet apart for some space. Then bend just slightly back, like this. Then stand straight. Massage, but come up a little bit more. Okay? Then this time, bend furthermore, a little bit more. But keep your gaze straight. Don't look up. Some exercises like Taekwondo, we look up. In Tai Chi and Qigong, we look straight. So just go a little bit further. Then stand. Massage it. Then come up a little bit more. And then go furthermore. Look straight. Stand straight. Then up. And then go back. And stand straight. Then you go back again. Then go forward this time as far as you can go. Looking forward, straight forward. Then lift up, massage the back. Go this time a little, not so much. Then up. Then this time, lift your hands a little bit up and go small. And finally, just go slightly and keep standing. Now you go back again, massage. Go to the first side, maybe right or left, a little. Stand, massage. Go a little bit more to that same side. Stand, massage. Go further down to that side, up, massage, and go as far as you can. Okay? Then to the other side. Massage, go a little, massage, go some more, massage, go a little bit more, massage, and then go more as far as you can. Okay, so now we now do a full rotation. Okay, a full rotation. This time it depends on how well you can go. If you like, go down and go up. Okay. Then number 4. Now to the other side, draw a circle with your waist. 2, 3, and 4. Some people encourage releasing your hands instead of keeping it here to go like a fan, touch the floor, and then go. It's going to do the same thing. It's just the focus is on the waist. All right. The last one.
Oh.
Last two
Do we
forms.
still have one more to go?
Yeah, the last one.
Because
Two
we're
forms.
going to be timed out anytime soon.
Okay, I'm going to rush it. Some people do it on the mat by keeping the legs wide to make a V, and then they use their head to touch the knee, or probably their hands to touch the toes. And then they do it on the other side, and they do it forward and elongate. That's more like yoga. We can do it standing. And how do we do it standing? You remember the space between these legs. We are keeping it. So we now bring this one like a walking stance. Now when we are walking, we don't keep our legs behind each other. So we are walking. So that walking stance like this, one in front, one to the back. Then we now bend down, we grab this leg and see if we can touch our knee with our forehead. If you can, no problem. If you cannot, no problem. So just go and touch. Count 1 to 4. You can do it up to 4 times. Then you do for the second leg, and then touch. Count 1 to 4. You can do it for 4 times. So you can bring the 2 legs together, put the hands behind, and then try to touch if you can. And count 1 to 4. Count 1 to 4. Count 1 to 4. Can be for it pulls the calf muscles and make them strong. Lastly, we call this one embracing the tree. Old man embraces the tree. So it's as if we are sitting on the horse. We keep the space between our legs, and then we sit. And our hands, this time like an embrace in front of our chest or stomach. This time you will want to revisit if you can feel that connection, bioelectric connection between your palms. Keep your tongue to your palate. Close your eyes like you are meditating. Lift your head up a little bit, as if there is a string that is holding it for you. Can be there for as long as you wish. Keep your mind empty. Pay attention on your breath. Open your eyes. Come back to the present. Drop your hands as you're standing. Okay, so let us tap our body, the joints.
Wow.
Let's shake it off.
Awesome.
Okay, that will be the end.
Wow.
Thank you for this.
Well, let's give. Thank you so much.
I don't know if our members are sweating.
To do otherwise for my own.
Thank you very much, sir.
My pleasure.
Thank you so very much. It's been a nice one. I do not know whether I will still be able to have you back in the course of this boot camp. I can see a lot of people.
Anytime.
This is a lot, and then I see the correlation. This really works. This is targeted, and I see how this can actually work for good health. When I went through the slides, I saw those things, and I can relate to so many things. From the practical aspect of it. So
most of the time, there is nothing esoteric about this.
Yeah, unlike what people they think.
And you don't need special equipment to do this exercise.
Right.
You are playing with your body. It is self-love. You make yourself healthy. You breathe better.
Right.
You breathe into your stomach. You are not ashamed to make your stomach grow big and bulge.
Right.
After all, that was how we were as babies. When we breathe, our stomachs grow. And when we breathe out, it flattens. But when we grew up, we started breathing into our chest. And then we lost the real practice. We call it womb breathing. And most of the time when we sleep now as adults, we don't fold up like babies. We want to lengthen out.
Right.
Let us try to fold up, kakako like babies now, and sleep on our right hand because the organs can rest on the inner cages and all.
All right. Thank you so very much, Doc. We can't be. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you. All right.